Polkadot's native token called DOT going to the price of $150 during this bull run. Now that right there may sound insane to some people who may not understand the fundamentals of Polkadot. But to me, it's not crazy because I do understand the fundamentals of Polkadot, and I'm going to explain it in this video and showcase why I do believe $150 isn't too crazy. And now, of course, nothing I say is financial advice nor a guarantee, but take this into consideration. Polkadot's goal is to connect blockchains together. It's focused on interoperability. Now, why is this so crucial? Because there's a lot of networks out there, a lot of blockchains, but a lot of them, they can't freely send data and value to each other. They lack interoperability. Now, why is this a bad thing? Because, of course, lacking interoperability, it just sucks. Imagine, right? Let's say I'm using Wells Fargo and my friend is using US Bank, but then I can't even wire transfer him anything. Doesn't that suck? Even though we're both banks, it's like, oh yeah, you can't send it to a different bank. Now, of course, that's a very bad problem, but that doesn't exist. But in the world of blockchains, that problem is still pretty prevalent, right? It's still out there. So it, of course, needs solving. And that's where something like Polkadot steps in. Because, for instance, we take a look at Bitcoin and Ethereum. This is a very popular example of what I mean by this, for instance, right? Because you take a look at how they both can't freely send data and value to each other because they're independent of one another. However, through Polkadot, this Kaka issue nonsense, or whatever you want to call it, is pretty much gone. That's how amazing Polkadot is. It's trying to achieve something so amazing. Now, also take this into consideration. When it comes to Polkadot, it quite essentially has a support system. Now, what do I mean by this support system? We take a look at Kusama, which is a canary network to Polkadot. Now, you may be wondering, okay, what is this? What is a canary network? Now, usually, new projects that wish to launch on Polkadot will typically launch on Kusama first as a way to test out the project under real economic conditions. Then after the project, again, has been tested and verified under real economic conditions, it can then eventually move on to Polkadot. But it doesn't necessarily have to. I mean, it can stay in Kusama if it does want to choose to do that. Because, for instance, you take a look at, Darwinia Crab, you take a look at Moon River, for instance, Sakura, and some others, they're still on Kusama. So again, it's not necessary to move on to Polkadot. But this is a great touch because let's see a new project. They may not have the resources or the finances to jump head on to Polkadot because on Polkadot, compared to Kusama, it's usually more expensive to rent building space, and it's also a little bit more difficult to make changes on as opposed to, again, Kusama. So this right here is such a fantastic and genius move because this right here gives a testing ground, so to speak, for newer projects to eventually graduate to Polkadot later on if they want to. That's how amazing it is. It's like going to the gym and then they give you a free trial. That's a genius idea because let's say someone's unsure of the gym. Let's say they don't really know about the facilities. They can get a free trial, right? They can test it out. If they like it, then they can later on become a full member of the gym. So that's the way I take a look at Kusama. It's like the free trial. It's like the sidekick. Polkadot, it's like the main piece. It's like the full gym membership, if you know what I mean. So when I take a look at Polkadot, it's pretty much the complete package. I mean, fundamentally amazing, fantastic use case, and it has a good support system. I mean, what more can I ask for? So is DOT at the price of $150 really too crazy? No. I mean, if it were to go to that price, considering its current circulating supply, at that point, market cap would be around $220 billion, which at first glance is kind of crazy. Now I get it again. But when I take a look at it, we've seen Ethereum reach over $550 billion in market cap. And is Ethereum more evolutionary than Polkadot? I don't think so. So if Ethereum can reach over $500 billion in market cap, why can't something like DOT at least go to around $220 billion? That's over 50% less than that. I don't think it's too crazy. Now, of course, I'm not going to say it's going to happen like tomorrow or the next 2 hours or whatever like that, because that's usually not how it works. If we take a look at based off of history, now I get it, history doesn't always repeat itself, but it does tend to rhyme. And usually altcoins, they peak anywhere between 18 months to 6 months after a Bitcoin halving event. Now, the last Bitcoin halving event happened a number of months ago, back in April. And of course, 18 months after that is October next year. 6 months is October this year. So it's actually not that bad. I've been believing in Polkadot ever since 2022. So it's been quite a while now. And when it comes to DOT, I've been dollar cost averaging. It hasn't changed. I've been acquiring anytime earned income. I've been holding and I've just been waiting. That's it, because I like to keep things simple. especially with the upcoming, peak of the bull run, which I think could be so crazy. There's currently over 600 million crypto owners. That's over 500 million, according to Crypto.com research. That's more than ever before in history. That's crazy. The potential FOMO and buying pressure and buying volume, I think, could be through the roof. And also on top of that, I think Bitcoin is poised for great heights. You take a look at the Bitcoin ETF, the number of institutional investors, 150,000 for Bitcoin during this bull run. I don't think it's too much to ask for. And if Bitcoin does reach that, hypothetically, the altcoin season is going to look so amazing. And I think DOT is going to go along with the ride and hypothetically go to the price of $150. Man, there's so many bullish factors going on during this bull run. And I don't think that's crazy at all. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I'd greatly appreciate it. It's been Lee the Captain. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.